It's that time of year again. Welcome to Dorsal Middle School's annual disco dance. Every year, this middle school hosts an annual 80s themed disco dance for their students, and lucky you, you're invited. This sketch takes place on the school gym floor, renovated for tonight's disco. This school's mascot is a shark with a prominent dorsal fin. Let their mascot painted on the middle of the dance floor remind you that this sketch will be going over the classic signs of dorsal midbrain syndrome. Dorsal midbrain syndrome results from, well, you guessed it, lesions that affect the dorsal midbrain, which most often are due to tumors and strokes, but also can occur from demyelination, infection, trauma, and hydrocephalus. It's a disco, so you have to have music. Let the pair of notes radiating from the boombox be a reminder that this syndrome is also known as Parinaud Syndrome. Before we introduce the adorable pupils of Dorsal Middle School, let's make sure all the students remain on the dance floor and don't go sneaking around. Safety first. Notice the staircase has been blocked off for the night. Let this blocked upstairs access be a symbol for the most common presenting sign of dorsal midbrain syndrome, Upgaze Palsy. The dorsal midbrain contains structures that are important for vertical gaze. When affected, patients can have a conjugate bilateral limitation of eye movements in upgaze. Let the no upstairs access be a reminder of that. Notice the window next to the staircase featuring a setting sun. Limited upward gaze often leads to a preference for downward gaze in primary position, described as the setting sun sign. Let this sketch next to the stairs be a reminder of this association as we dance away into the night. Let's turn our attention to the dance floor. With such catchy disco tunes, dancing and moving to the beat is almost involuntary. Notice the two beams of lights converging onto our dancers as they take the spotlight. Notice how the beams of light converge and then retract back into the stage lights. Let this converging and retracting of lights on our lively dancers be a symbol for Convergence-Retraction Nystagmus. Damage to the dorsal midbrain can cause involuntary convergence and globe retraction that is particularly noticeable with attempted upward gaze or upward saccades. Let's now turn our attention to the left side of the disco floor. Notice this cute couple holding hands and sharing their first kiss. Notice how they react to each other when they're near each other. Uh-oh, looks like the spotlight has found them. Middle school can be so embarrassing. Notice how this couple is dissociating from one another now that the spotlight has made them the center of attention. Let this sketch be a symbol for light-near dissociation. This is characterized by pupils reacting more to a near target than to light. In dorsal midbrain syndrome, this is due to damage of the pretectal and Edinger-Westphal nuclei found in this area of the brain. Let these middle school pupils that react lovingly when they are near each other but become less responsive to each other in the spotlight be a symbol for this pupillary sign. Another important cause of light-near dissociation is syphilis. Syphilis can cause small and irregular pupils that respond briskly to near targets, but little or no constriction to light. When syphilis is to blame, the pupils experiencing light-near dissociation are called Argyll-Robertson pupils. Let Miss Phyllis, our chaperone separating young love with her dance responsibly sign, be a reminder to keep syphilis on the differential for light-near dissociation. Let Miss Phyllis's outfit featuring an Argyle cardigan and Argyle socks be a symbol for Argyll-Robertson pupils. Let's take a look at this Welcome to the 80s sign on the wall in this section of the sketch. Let the 80s on this sign be a reminder that A, D, I, E, or 80s tonic pupil, is also on the differential for light-near dissociation, which is a benign condition. Whoa! Notice this pupil doing the worm. 80s tonic pupil is associated with vermiform movements of the pupillary margin, which is a fancy term for worm-like movements. Let this pupil doing this vermiform dance be a reminder of that. Wow, all that dancing has made me thirsty. The refreshment table this evening features Collier Cola with their slogan, "Lift That Lid." Bilateral lid retraction, called Collier Sign, can also occur with a lesion to the dorsal midbrain. Notice this refreshing pineapple on the table, along with upside-down pineapple cake. Recall that tumors are a common cause of dorsal midbrain syndrome, especially tumors of the pineal gland. If you have a problem with the way I'm pronouncing that, my neuro-ophthalmology attending told me this was the correct pronunciation, and he's always right. Let this pineapple be a reminder of pineal gland tumors and pathology. Let's now quickly summarize the classic presenting signs of dorsal midbrain or Parinaud Syndrome. Let this no upstairs access sign be a symbol for Upgaze Palsy, which can be associated with the setting sun sign, which is a downgaze preference in primary position. Let these converging and retracting lights on our energetic dancers be the symbol for Convergence-Retraction Nystagmus. To the left of this sketch, let our flirty couple that reacts at near but dissociates and becomes less reactive in spotlight be a symbol for light-near dissociation. Remember that syphilis is associated with Argyll-Robertson pupils, which is also on the differential for this pupillary sign, in addition to 80s tonic pupil, which is a benign condition. To finish the sketch, let Collier Cola be a symbol for bilateral lid retraction. Remember their slogan, "Lift That Lid."